Hi friends, Mindy here. I have a process video for you today for Illustrated Faith's Camp Wonder. This is the month of June. I created this journal to hold these envelopes that have each of the days from each of the contributors for the devotionals. And so I'm just going to do a quick flip through here showing how I have these set up. I went ahead and just made these like little postcards, and then I sewed in some journaling cards, and I sewed them in using the same colors that I bound the envelope with. And so that's what I'm showing here. So this one talked about friendship and like the characteristics of friendship. And so I just listed some of those out. And for every day, this is how I will be doing this. This one is actually oriented the opposite way. So I still added the paper in the middle. I just wrote in the same direction as the actual devotional entry was. And on this paper, this envelope on the inside had this beautiful pattern, so I didn't add anything to that. I did on the first one. I've changed, just made a little insert. And I just used a bunch of old Illustrated Faith things, a bunch of ephemera, just anything that I had that matched to decorate these envelopes, and to do a little bit of decorating on the inside as I was working through reading the scriptures. Here I have a prayer that I wrote. Sometimes I just have some extra notes, different things depending on the day as I'm working through the scriptures and the journaling prompts. So this next day is the fourth for the month. The contributor was Jade. And so I'm going to take this, and I decided that I was going to use a white journaling card. These are actually just dot grid papers. It's kind of hard to tell what they are. And I'm looking through the devotional, kind of reading through it, and I can see that there are a lot of scriptures included here. And so I'm just kind of going through and reading everything, and I can tell from how much content of the scriptures that I want to write out that I'm going to need 2 pieces of paper. So I just added that second one. And so for every time when I'm doing a devotional and I'm not working in my Bible, I like to include all of the scripture references. So that's what I'm working on doing here. So on this first part of this page, I wrote out the first scripture, and now I'm just going to decorate this first little section with one of the printable items, and then I'm kind of hanging it off of the edge here a little bit, and then I'm putting the backer back on here so that I can trim it out with my scissors a little bit easier without getting my scissors kind of gunked up. And then I'm just trimming around. You can see now I'm taking a bone folder. Whenever I printed these on clear sticker paper, and so whenever you are using clear sticker paper, if you rub gently over it with a bone folder, it really just helps to make the image clearer when you're writing with it. And then I wrote the scripture in black, and then in a colored pen I went through and wrote some notes, some of my own thoughts. And now this is the Kelly Bangs set that she came out with for Illustrated Faith that was just like the Camp Wonder extras. And this next set of scriptures that I am going to be writing out is talking about building your foundation. And so I just decided to use this cute little house. And I lost some footage here, but I just put some washi tape down at the bottom and a tree in the background. And then I put that little house in the foreground just to make a little scene. And then I just wrote the scripture around all of that. And so now I'm moving on to the next set of scriptures that are included, and I'm just going to do the same thing, and I'm going to write them out. And down here I decided to add some of this washi tape. I wanted to use this particular washi tape because it matches the front of Jade's devotional with the black heart. And then I'm just trimming off the edges here, and I'm just decided I just want something kind of in that bottom corner. There's that empty space right there. So I just flipped through all of the ephemera pieces and printables and everything, and I came across this beautiful floral. I think this is actually an ephemera piece. and I'm just tucking it here in the corner, and I realized I didn't write the scripture reference here. So I'm adding that in really quick, and then I will just trim around the edges of this where it's sticking out. And I'm going back and forth between reading the scriptures and reading the journaling prompts and everything. There's another set of scriptures here, and so I'm just going to go through the same process. This one is talking about kind of gifts and things that you need to put on, and so I just thought it would be cute to use this little backpack as, you know, the things that we should be kind of carrying around. In my mind, these are the connections that I'm making. So I'm just going to go through here and again do the same thing, writing out all of the scripture. And down here at the bottom, I decided I'm just going to add a little bit of washi tape just to kind of finish off this entry, trying to make it different, you know, from the other pages and other scripture references. I'm just tucking it up underneath this little backpack, and then I'm going to trim off the washi tape, and it's going to leave the last page open. And off camera, I will actually go back and write out a prayer in regard to some of the journaling prompts that Jade has on here. I kind of got my pages out of order, so I'm having to put those back around. So anyway, on that last page, I will write out my prayer, but I'll do that off camera. So now I'm going to sew these little cards into this devotional. I'm using some yellow thread here, and I need about 2.5 lengths of the length of the book that I'm binding. And I'm just going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. If you've seen my videos before, I use this stitch a lot when I am binding things into journals. It's how I did the cover actually for this journal. So I didn't mark anything or measure anything in this instance, so I just put a hole in the middle and then one kind of near the top and near the bottom. And I'm just doing this pamphlet stitch. You go in through the middle, up through the top, down through the bottom, and then back in through the middle. I have other videos that show that a little bit better, but I just did it real quick here. And I didn't measure anything. So now I'm just tying the knots. You want to make sure that you're tying the knot around the long piece of thread in the middle. And I'm just going to trim these down just a little bit so they're not quite so long, and I can get it to lay down a little bit better in there. And then this is what my little mini book inside my devotional looks like, and it's just going to tuck in here. And now I want to decorate the outside. So off camera I pulled out a bunch of little ephemera pieces that I thought I might use for this envelope. And again, I want to use this washi tape because it coordinates with the devotional for this day. And I am kind of using that as a little, like a little road almost for this really cute van to sit on. And then I just am going to add some of the other ephemera and some little bits. For some reason, to me, like when I was thinking about these envelopes and sending mail, and, you know, especially when you're sending it to your friends, you decorate the envelopes, and especially like when you're a kid, you do all kinds of crazy things to envelopes, or at least I did, you know, decorating the outside and all kinds of things. And so that's how I'm sort of approaching these envelopes, is, you know, from a pen pal kind of standpoint. I don't know if that makes sense, but so I'm just adding all the things that I think will make this envelope cute. So I added one of the banners, and then this little the other banner that says God's Girl on it. And I am using these are really old Studio Calico stars, and I'm just adding these on the page. And some of this gets kind of hard to see because the craft cardstock is hard and it's a little dark when I'm filming. But anyway, so here I'm adding these stars in kind of groups of 3, and then now I'm adding a couple butterflies. These are from the Oh Happy Days collection from Simple Stories, and that's a lot of what I just put down right here it's like a green heart. I realize it doesn't show up very well, but so I'm just putting down some hearts, and all of these little stickers that I'm putting on are from the Oh Happy Days collection from Simple Stories. The colors just really matched well with the Camp Wonder kit this time. And so I'm trying to use up just all of the things that I have in my stash. And I'm just, you know, again, trying to add all the things that I would have done to just decorate and make my envelope cute. And then I added some wordfetti down here that says that kindness matters, and I did it kind of like a bumper sticker on the front of this van. And there you have it. That is my entry for this particular day. If you liked this video, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, bye-bye.